So DeSantis, by the way, this is an example of him making good on one of his promises, which I'm happy to see. So in Florida, though, while we're talking about some wins, and we'll give you more updates if the story unfolds, I don't think that there's going to be anything new, and if there is, the media is not going to cover it.
Of course not.
They've already destroyed the man's life. Here's the thing. If everything gets corrected, as soon as that Marine, if his name comes out, his life will never be the same. Doesn't matter. The lie already traveled. Believe me.
Yeah.
We all know. It's happened a billion times in this industry.
Matter. Yeah.
So he can't speak on college campuses and go to New York and certain
He has to change
AOC's
his
borough.
name and shave
I think he's going to be nowadays. I think he's going to be fine.
Well, he'll be fine, but his life will forever be changed.
Okay.
At that point.
He can eat dinner at my house.
Yeah. Well, you don't have a spare room because they're filled with refugees.
That's very true.
Yeah. Well, also, by the way, you might want to keep that under wraps because I think you're engaged in human trafficking.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
that's how the law might view it.
I know. I'm just protecting Ukrainian women. How many times do I have to tell you guys that?
Yeah, I know.
They're vulnerable.
Big heart,
Blonde
Brian.
ones,
If you're
right?
Ukrainian in your 20s and you're female, I'm your guy.
I understand where your heart is. Unfortunately, the law does not look kindly upon protecting women by locking them in.
Okay, I didn't. I have to look at the details.
Yeah, padlocks.
Because I know nudity laws in San Francisco, but I haven't looked up that
Ukrainian women. You
particular
can't
law.
lock almost any women in a room against their will.
Okay.
Tag them, you'll be fine.
All right. Well, Daddy has to look into that. I mean, Brian has to
I
look
know.
into
I'm
that.
just saying. You want to be careful because a lot of people watch. All right. Thank you. So Florida's legislature, they just passed a parental rights and education bill. And now, of course, that just goes to Governor DeSantis' desk for a signature, which hopefully he'll sign, obviously. I don't know why he'd veto it.
I mean, yeah.
It would just be hilarious.
Be a little weird.
Just to screw with them to make a worse bill. I've been vetoed. Why? So that they can ban all trans people from the state. Oh no, a bait and switch. So the bill will prohibit. I just wanted to take a shit in a Target. Oh no. Now I'm in committee. So the bill, I'm tired, I'm sorry. The bill would prohibit lessons related to gender sexual orientation until high school. It restricts the use of gender pronouns in classrooms. And teachers must also teach that biological gender, once referred to as gender, is unchanging. So, of course, Florida, they're furious about this, right? Here's David Andrews, the woke premier of Victoria, Australia. And this is why I usually don't care what other countries say about our country,
right?
Because we're better than them.
And by better, we mean better?
It's science.
Sorry, by better, I mean they're inferior. But it's important to note, we're not the only people who have a problem with this gender bender right now. But let's see David Andrews, the premier of Victoria, Australia, slamming DeSantis.
If you want to behave like the worst elements of the Floridian Republican Party,
Penal colony.
well, get to Florida. Head over there, where your hateful views might be worth something. They're worth nothing here. We won't stand for this sort of ugly behaviour. It's appalling. And I again make the point, it's not about free speech. This is hate speech, plain and simple.
So right away, right? That's always what they use.
Invade them.
It's not free speech. It's hate speech.
Yeah, it's
pure
amazing.
and simple. Fosters.
If you want that, all right. If you want to believe that men have things like cooks. Okay?
Cooks.
I bet you probably think ladies. I bet you probably
cocks.
think ladies have.
Ladies.
Huh? I bet you probably think that. Look, if you want to be in a place where parents can force them to keep their cooks, huh? Or place without every type of venomous spider, snake, and shark, you don't know where to Florida. If you want a place that isn't a penal colony that was founded by rapists and murderers who send you as punishment because everything can do, head on over to the Key West. I bet you'd like it there better, wouldn't you? You and your cooks.
That's not a cook.
Worst lawyer ever.
Worst lawyer ever.
Everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah, people are like, can we do that?
It's like an Australian porn.
I guess we should. I guess we should.
Maybe we could just go to Florida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yes,
you
I
just
would.
said so. It's not that easy. Why? Because I know you don't do it, so I got to keep you here.
A man and a woman is not just a feeling. All right, I guess that makes sense.
Well, so the current bill that he had was K through 3, and they're just extending it to K through 8. So high school is when you can talk about them chopping off the
What? Cooks?
Yes, exactly right.
Listen.
Cooks.
Listen. If you think that a man, okay, what defines a man is cocking balls between his legs,
You're wrong.
then Australia's just not the place for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Get your sorry ass out of the outback. You go find yourself in Key West. You go find yourself in Fort Lauderdale. Maybe the hellscape that's Miami, right? Not here. This here is Hugh Jackman land. Sexiest man on earth.
It's a long flight. Nobody wants to go take that flight.
Tim, that was almost like an Irish. It's a long flight.
Yeah.
It's a long flight
Yeah.
from Ireland.
Get your sorry ass on Spirit Airlines, okay? Lose yourself a weave.
No Qantas for you.
Look like a WNBA game taking place in the sky. And head on over to, I don't know, maybe Naples. Oh, I bet you'd like Naples, wouldn't you? Everyone there has cooks. And pussies. Still intact. Go on over to Naples or Marco Island.
It's like the Monty Python sketch.
It really is.
Where he's like, who wants to go for a walk around the square? And like, nobody. It's just him
You're
at the end.
describing heaven to me. You're sending
amazing.
me to heaven?
What kind of dad is? He's like, hey. Finish your ice cream or you don't get it. You don't get your pornography. I guess I'll finish my ice cream. Yeah, I want to see every bite.
That's right.
That's not my dad. Because there are people that legislature in Australia like,
Yeah, Florida.
is he asking us to
Disneyland?
go to Florida?
All right.
Is this a request? I don't know.
Water's so
edge
blue
right
and safe.
And I dig that about you.
So here's the thing. They act like Florida is the only place. All right, let's give you some more examples. South Korea has now refused to even allow the gay pride parade in its main business district.
Good.
They're taking action against grooming kids. There are other countries too, but they're scrapping the gender ministry. They're removing the term sexual minorities in middle and high school textbooks. They're further attempting to revise sex education. This is a quote, by the way. You can check the references. So that doesn't mention or cause sexual identity confusion. Hey, I don't know if you know this. Hungary and the EU are in court over a law meant to keep LGBTQ issues out of school. You also have that with Poland, just to be clear. Hundreds of cities, villages, there's towns that pass completely LGBT-free resolutions. I'm not saying that is what we should do, where you can, of course, you can do whatever you want as an adult. What I'm saying is they want to blame the United States and Florida for simply saying that you can't sexualize children. That's not to mention at all, that entire section of the world where it starts raining men if you speak with a lisp.
Right.
Kids are not sexual. Kids are dealing with other things. Life is is complicated and hard enough. If you have kids, you know that. They're not thinking about sex. It's just not what happens until you get
Kids
to
are
a
stupid.
certain age.
Although I have
Not
noticed
unless you
with my,
force them to.
Unless you force them to, and then they're kind of like, oh, I don't know.
yeah, they're not sure about. It's like the kid on Magic School Bus. He's like, no, I knew I should have stayed home today.
Yeah.
So
I knew some guys doing it in 6th grade.
just so you know, that was a dark place that
was
you all
very,
took it,
very
It was.
and then you left me on the
terrible.
I know, because I ran out of things to say, and I just left dead air, and you had to pick up on it.
You go over there.
I set a trap for you
You go to Florida. Ride yourself on the Magic School Cook.
on the Sibian.
Maybe you can go over there with that big red Bertrand big red dog. We have normal sized dogs here in Australia,
Giant spiders.
and they're not red. This is an Irish city, but it's not really red. It's really more of an amber. It's an amber.
An amber.
The point is, I don't know. So DeSantis, by the way, this is an example of him making good on one of his promises, which I'm happy to see.
We reject woke ideology. We fight the woke in the legislature. We fight the woke in the schools. We fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. Florida is where woke goes to die.
So
His wife should be in pants. There, I said it.
here's the thing. His wife is very pretty.
Yeah.
But here's the problem is I find she looks very different from picture to picture.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's a pretty woman in that picture. I'm like, oh, that's his wife.
Yeah.
She'll look much younger, or she'll have like a totally different hairstyle. There's no consistency. I just know there's a pretty lady in the picture.
My problem, my worry is that the right tends
Is that
to
she
lose
becomes not pretty? At some point that happens to all of us, Brian.
whatever. Not if you eat well, and you take the right supplements. BrianCallen.com for protein powders. She is. She looks great, but the right has to be careful not to be too calcified in traditional. We lose control of the story then. Like the left is still good at creating cool.
What are you talking about?
Well, it just looks like she's the lady and she's in a dress and she's kind of there and her man's got that tight.
She's
haircut.
a babe.
It's a little stiff and nerdy. You got to be a little bit more.
It was a formal event. He had a suit and tie on.
Whatever, dude. He should have an open shirt.
Would you like
chains.
him to come out and dance funk?
I want him in a bandana. There, I said.
All right, that's fine. As long as it's the right color.
I was going to say, as long as it's
not black,
not
can't be
rainbow.
red, can't be blue. Just stay neutral.
Yeah.
And don't wear yellow because in the wrong bar, that means that you do a lot of weird stuff.
I know. Golden shower.
With all the talk of gay propaganda in school, we thought it'd be a good time to bring you a 7+1. We've spent countless hours compiling. That brings us to this week's 7+1.
You forgot Stefan in the chamber!
Top banned LGBT books in Florida. Number 6, Brian Callen.
To sodomize a mockingbird.
That doesn't seem mechanically sounds difficult.
Yeah, it does.
Possible.
It does.
Got to be careful.
It's because you know nothing about birds.
Top.
You don't know anything about ornithology or sex.
Hey, you don't know anything. I had a very good year. I had a good year.
Sorry.
Number 5. That's the bird term.
Hashtag bird watchers. Hashtag no black bird watchers. Sorry. Well, there are no black bird watchers. What I'm saying. When you think bird watcher, you think white person.
7+1 banned LGBT grooming books. Number 5. Of Mice Up Men. That's one that seems.
Okay.
I don't know why
it's a gerbil. First of all.
Yeah.
I know. You
got to tape its mouth.
That's the problem. Is the book is inaccurate. Yeah,
Sure, it's not a fair.
This is.
Well, you do because you don't want the gerbil to tell tall tales.
Richard Gere came out against it.
Although
He actually did the audiobook.
a mouse's tail is easy to pull back out.
That's what they tell you at the local library.
That's all.
so
My pet store.
disgusting.
What did I say?
You know.
I'm just saying.
But you don't have to take my word for it. Leading rainbow. Hey!
Keep going.
We don't have LeVar Burton around here.
Yeah.
Number 7+1 banned grooming books. Gerald's not going to do this. Number 3, A Farewell to Cox. That's the one.
Did you skip
you skipped
one?
4.
Oh, shoot.
I will do it.
All right, number 4, Gerald.
Moby's dick.
There you go. I don't.
No, not the singer. It's
These are the banned grooming books, Brian.
The band
grooming books.
is Don Quixote on there?
Brian, you had your chance to contribute to writing, and you slept in.
I asked a question. Asked a question.
And is sidekick in there? Is it Dirty Sanchez Panza? It's a literary joke.
It's very good.
I got it.
That's only for the educated.
That's only for the
everyone.
educated.
Unfortunately, most people didn't get that because they don't read.
We're never going to finish.
Absolutely. Listen, we are talking about classics and literature. That man Don Quixote was tilting cocks at windmills. It's almost what he was known for. Of
course.
Was that, you stop tilting your cock at windmills.
Tilting your cock at windmills. It's a sword.
It's fun for 3 people. Now, number 3, A Farewell to Cox. You guys already heard. That's the most used word of the show today. I apologize. I'm glad I gave a warning.
Such a good word, though.
Number 2, banned LGBTQ grooming books in Florida. What is it, Brian?
The Zen of autoerotic asphyxiation.
And that's an instruction manual. The problem is it's in Swedish, so I never figured out how to do it.
No.
Yeah.
7+1.
How not to be found in a
I can
room
teach you
like
something.
I was trying to think of something funny to add to that, but I couldn't. All right.
Number 1, The Pitcher and Catcher in the Rye, which is sad.
right.
It's sad because it's almost like they subverted something. And of the 7+1 banned grooming books, what is it? The +1, Gerald?
Brave New World.
That doesn't make sense. This week's
At all.
7+1, I guess.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.